أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله أستعينه واستغفر ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أرسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة من يطع الله ورسوله فقد رشد ومن يعصهما فإنه لا يضر إلا نفسه ولا يضر الله شيئا أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي رب زدني علما سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم. My dear audiences and my dear friends, brothers and sisters and well-wishers who are watching through Facebook, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. It is a very great pleasure for me to attend this Tafsirul Qur'an Mahfil, and for this reason, let us say, Alhamdulillah, all praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inshallah, in today's Tafsirul Qur'an Mahfil, we shall have a discussion on verse number 41 to 43 of Suratul Ankabut. Verse number 41 to 43 of Suratul Ankabut. Suratul Ankabut is surah number 29 from the Holy Quran. We shall find this surah in part number 20. In part number 20, this surah has started in part number 20 and it has been finished in part number 21. In verse number 41 to 43, it is in part number 20. Inshallah, as usual, at first we shall have recitation as well as meaning of these three verses, and inshallah we shall go to the elaborate discussion of these three verses, three ayats. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مثل الذين اتخذوا من دون الله أولياء كمثل العنكبوت اتخذت بيتا وإن أوحن البيوت لبيت العنكبوت لو كانوا يعلمون إن الله يعلم ما يدعون من دونه من شيء وهو العزيز الحكيم وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس وَمَا يَعْقِلُوهَا إِلَّا الْعَالِمُونَ صدق الله العلي العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين سبحان الله وبحمده سبحان الله العظيم اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك. I seek refuge, I seek shelter to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the accursed devil, from the accursed shaitan. And I am beginning in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is most merciful, most beneficent. Masalul ladhina ittakhadhu min dunillahi awliya kamasalil ankabut. The example of those who have taken as their guardian, as their creator, in spite of Allah, is like the house of a spider. Ittakhazat baita, the spiders build their houses. Wa inna awhanal buyuti labaitul ankabut. The spiders used to build their houses, make their houses, and their houses are the weakest houses in the world. Law kana ya'lamun, had they understood this, Inna Allah ya'lamu ma yad'una min dunihi min shay. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows to whom you offer, to whom you pray in spite of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, instead of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa huwa al-azizul hakim, because He is most powerful, He is all wise. وَتِلْكَ الْأَمْثَالُ نَضْرِبُهَا لِلنَّاسِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives such examples to the human. وَمَا يَأْكِلُوهَا إِلَّا الْعَالِمُونَ. But these examples are only understood by the scholars, by the scientists, by the alim ulama, and no one else. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said the truth, and His prophets and messengers have also said the truth, and we are among the witnesses. All praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All praises are for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the greatest. O Allah, bless your Prophet, bless our Prophet and your servant, Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. So this was the recitation as well as meaning of verse number 41 to 43, ayat number 41 to 43 of Suratul Ankabut. This surah has been named Suratul Ankabut because in verse number 41, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used the word Ankabut. Ankabut means spider. Either it is male or female, or it is singular number or plural number. All means Ankabut. Ankabut means spider. In verse number 41, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used this word, and for this reason, this surah has been named Suratul Ankabut. In verse number 41, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has pointed finger in the eyes of the all human beings and the jinns, that among the human beings and the jinns who do not consider Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only one creator, such as only with the Muslims keep belief, only with the Muslims have belief that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our creator, and He is the only creator who has created everything. That means we the Muslims believe on Tawheed. What is Tawheed? At-Tawheedu imanun bi ilahi wahid. Tawheed means keeping belief, bringing belief on one creator, and he is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we the Muslims believe that our creator is only one, and he is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He does not have any partner. He does not have any son. He does not have any daughter. He does not have any wife. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free from taking any partner. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free from the fault of taking partner. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free from the fault of having son. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free from the fault of having daughter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free from the fault of having wife. We the Muslims believe that our creator is only one, and he is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But on the other hand, the non-Muslims, such as the Christians, the Jews, the Hindus, the Buddhists, and the other worshippers of other religion, they used to associate partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Suppose the Christians, upon whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Injil. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Injil, which is called Bible. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Isa ibn Maryam alayhi salam as their messenger. But Christians, they are associating partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, considering that Isa ibn Maryam is the son of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nauzubillahi min zalik. One group of Christians, they consider that Jesus Christ is the son of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nauzubillahi min zalik. And by considering Jesus Christ as the son of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are associating partner, and they are living Tawheed. They are doing against Tawheed, against oneness of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another group of Christians, they think that Jesus Christ himself is the creator. Nauzubillahi min zalik. So the Christians are out of Tawheed. The Christians have left the track of Tawheed by associating partner, by declaring that Isa ibn Maryam is the son of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nauzubillahi min zalik. Now, let us come about the Jews. We say them Yahudi. The Jews, they have also left the track of Tawheed. They claim that Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam, who was the prophet of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they consider Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam as the son of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nauzubillahi min zalik. So the Jews, the Yahudi, they are also associating partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, saying that Hazrat Uzair alayhi salam is the son of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nauzubillahi min zalik. So the Christians, the Jews, they left the track of Tawheed. They left the track of oneness of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by associating partner. Now let us come about the Hindus. We know Hindus have so many gods, so many creators. They believe in so many creators. And one of the Hindu friend of mine said that they have 33 crore creators. Nauzubillahi min zalik. So the Hindus have also left the track of Tawheed. The Hindus have also left the track of oneness of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by associating partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nauzubillahi min zalik. And other religions of the world. Someone, that the Buddhist, they worship Gautam Buddha. Someone worship the sun. Someone worship the moon. Someone worship the hills. Someone worship the trees and other things, other powerful things. Someone worship fire. Nauzubillahi min zalik. And here in verse number 41, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them an example that the people of the world who are associating partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, their example is as like as the house of a spider. We know the house of a spider, how weak the house of a spider is. Because the house of a spider is broken down. If wind blows, the house of a spider are broken down if anyone touch it. So, the house of the spider is the weakest house in the world. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given example. The people of the world who are associating partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your example is as like as the house of a spider. Because in the life of hereafter, your false creators to whom you worship will not come forward to help you. They will not be able to help you because they do not have any power to make any benefit for you. More even, they do not have any power to make any damage, any loss to you. In today's verse number 41, now we shall go to some relevant verses. Other verses from the Holy Qur'an, those are relevant in today's tafsir. At first, verse number 106 from Suratul Yunus. Verse number 106 from Suratul Yunus is relevant in today's tafsir. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, which I have already said, وَلَا تَدْعُ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ مَا لَا يَنْفَعُكَ وَلَا يَضُرُّكَ فَإِنْ فَعَلْتَ فَإِنَّكَ إِذًا مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ وَلَا تَدْعُ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ مَا لَا يَنْفَعُكَ وَلَا يَضُرُّكَ. O people of the world, do not worship those which does not have any power to make any profit for you, or those do not have any power to make any loss to you. Suppose someone worship the idols and images. Whether the idols and images have any power to make any benefit to you? No, answer is no. But the worshippers of idols and images do not realize such truth. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed verse number 106 in Suratul Yunus and said, O people of the world, do not pray to those things which does not have any power to make any benefit for you, which do not have any power to make any profit for you, which do not have any power to make any loss to you or to make any damage for you. فَإِنْ فَعَلْتَ فَإِنَّكَ إِذًا مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ. And if you do that, you will be among the wrongdoers. So, here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has pointed fingers of the non-believers and showed that to whom you pray, those do not have any power to make any good for you or to make any loss for you. Now we shall go another verse number 73. Verse number 73 of Suratul Hajj, which is relevant in today's tafsir. In verse number 73, Suratul Hajj, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, here the example is more clear. Here the example is very crystal clear. Ya ayyuhan nasu duriba masalun fastami'u lah. Innal ladhina tad'una min dunillahi lan yakhluqu dhubaban wa la ijtama'u lah. Wa yaslubhumu dhubabu shay'an la yastankizuhu min ضعف الطالب والمطلوب. Here Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given a crystal clear example for the human being who used to worship the idols and images. Those who used to worship idols and images, they are said, Ya ayyuhan nas, O people of the world, Duriba masalun, an example is being narrated. Fastami'u lah, listen, hear attentively, listen. Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in verse number 73, Suratul Hajj, O people of the world, an example is being given. Hear it attentively, listen it carefully. Innal ladhina tad'una min dunillahi la yakhluqu dhubaba. To whom you worship, suppose idols and images, you used to worship idols and images, whether your idols and images have created even a fly, wala ijtama'u lah. If all the idols and images get together, whether they will be able to create even a fly? Answer is no. Suppose most of the people of the world, they worship, they pray to the idols and images which are made by themselves. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in verse number 73, Suratul Hajj, whether these idols and images, if all they get together, they will be able to create even a fly? Answer is no. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَإِيَسْلُبْهُمُ الزُّبَابُ شَيْئًا لَا يَسْتَنْكِزُوهُ مِنْ. Let alone creating a fly. If the fly takes away anything in front of idols and images, are they able to protect the fly from taking the things from them? Answer is no. Suppose the idols and images, those are worshipped by people, they keep many kinds of foods in front of the idols and images. Whether the idols and images eat the fruits? No. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, they are not entitled, they are not empowered to create a fly, let alone creating a fly. Whether they can prevent the fly which used to take food from them? Answer is no. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, ضَعُفَ الطَّالِبُ وَالْمَطْلُوبُ. How weak are those people who pray, and how weak are those idols and images to whom they pray. So in verse number 73, Suratul Hajj, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given a nice example. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is inviting people of the world towards the Tawheed, towards the oneness of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by giving an excellent example. Those who used to worship idols and images, they have been challenged here by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You worship the idols and images. Whether your idols and images are entitled to create even a fly? Answer is no. They are not entitled to create even a fly. Let alone creating a fly. Whether your idols and images which you used to worship, are they empowered to prevent the fly from taking food in front of them, from them? Answer is no. So why you used to worship the idols and images? Since they do not have any power, since they do not have any capacity to make any benefit for you, since they do not have any capacity to make any damage for you, why do you worship the idols and images? Here Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala challenged the people of the world, people of the whole world. Why do you worship idols and images, since they do not have any power? So this was verse number 73 of Suratul Hajj. And now, inshallah, we shall go in tafsir of another verse number 43. Verse number 43 of Suratul Ankabut. In verse number 43, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, verse number 42 and 43, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, Inna Allah ya'lamu ma yad'una min dunihi min shay' wa huwa al-azizul hakim wa tilka al-amthalu nadribuha lin-nas wa ma ya'qiluha illa al-alimun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very much aware. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala very much knows to whom you pray instead of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because He is powerful, He is all-knowing. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in verse number 43, وَتِلْكَ الْأَمْثَالُ نَضْرِبُهَا لِلنَّاسِ. I used to give such examples to the people. وَمَا يَأْكِلُهَا إِلَّا الْعَالِمُونَ. But only the scholars, only the alim, only the person who knows about the Qur'an and Hadith, only they take lessons from these examples. But most of the people of the world do not take lesson. Here, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has praised the scholars of Islam. Alimun. Alimun is the plural number of alim. Alim means one scholar, and alimun means scholars. It is the plural number, Joma. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has praised here the scholars of Islam, alim. And in verse number 28 of Suratul Fatir, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, verse number 28, Innama yakhshallaha min ibadihi al-ulama Inna Allah azizun ghafur Innama yakhshallaha min ibadihi al-ulama. Among the servants who have been created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, only the scholars who have knowledge of Quran and Hadith, they fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala most. Because a scholar of Islam who have gathered knowledge from Holy Quran and Hadith, they know their Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, very much. And for that reason, scholars of Islam, alim, ulama, here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used ulama. Ulama is also the Jama, plural number of alimun. Plural number of alim. Alim means one scholar. Ulama means scholars. Alim means one scholar. Alimun means scholars. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has praised, innama yakhshallaha min ibadihi ulama. Among the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, only the scholars of Islam fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala most. And for that reason, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala likes them very much. And here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has increased their dignity by revealing two verses in two surahs. At first, in Surah number Nahl, verse number 43, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن قَبْلِكَ إِلَّا رِجَالًا نُوحِي إِلَيْهِمْ. Next portion is relevant for us. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ. O people of the world, ask from the scholars of Islam, in kuntum la ta'lamun, if you do not know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not said, O people of the world, when you do not know, you ask your emperor. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not said, if you do not know, you ask your king. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not said, if you do not know, you ask your prime minister, you ask your president. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not said such things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has referred to the scholars of Islam, to the ulama. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. O people of the world, if you do not know, ask the alim, ask the ulama, ask the scholars of Islam. Ask those persons who have gathered knowledge from Quran and Sahih Hadith. So this was verse number 43, Suratul Nahl. Here in this verse number 43, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has increased the status of alim, the status of scholars of Islam by saying, by revealing, فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Allahu Akbar. Now, same verse has also been revealed here in verse number 7 of Suratul Anbiya. In verse number 7, Suratul Anbiya, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا قَبْلَكَ إِلَّا رِجَالًا نُوحِي إِلَيْهِمْ. Next portion is relevant for us. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Here Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has also referred people of the world to the alim ulama, to the scholars of Islam. O people of the world, if you do not know, ask the scholars of Islam, ask the alim and ulama. Allahu Akbar. So, there is a Sahih Hadith, Talabul ilmi faridatun ala kulli Muslim. Earning knowledge of Islam, acquiring knowledge of Islam is mandatory, is obligatory for every Muslim, either male or female. And where shall we get the knowledge of Islam? Quran and Hadith. So, Talabul ilmi faridatun ala kulli Muslim. The explanation of this Hadith is that earning knowledge from Qur'an and Hadith is mandatory for each and every Muslim, either male or female. And in another Sahih Hadith, our beloved Prophet has said, Ahlul Qur'ani hum ahlullahi wa khassatuhu. That scholars of Islam, they are the members of family of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu Akbar. They are the family member of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they are very special to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu Akbar. Ahlul Qur'ani hum ahlullahi wa khashatuhu. Can we imagine the status of a alim, the status of ulama and alim, the status of a scholar of Islam? If we gather knowledge from Holy Quran and Hadith, our status will be so high, so higher, that we are becoming the family members of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are becoming His special. Allahu Akbar. So this was verse number 7, Suratul Anbiya. Now, in today's tafsir, relevant verse number is verse number 191 of Suratul A'raf. Verse number 191 of Suratul A'raf, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Ayyushrikuna ma la yakhluqu shay'an wa hum yukhlaqun. O people of the world, you worship to the idols and images. Whether they have created anything? Answer is no. They have not created even a single thing. Moreover, they have been created. So the people of the world who used to worship idols and images, they should think once that whether the idols and images, they are empowered, they are entitled, they are capable to create anything. Answer is no. Moreover, they have been created by someone. Suppose an idol or image. Obviously, people make it themselves. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, Ayushrikuna ma la yakhluqu shay'an wa hum yukhlaqun. Whether they have created anything, moreover, they have been created by someone. Here, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has pointed finger to the eyes of the worshippers of idols and images. And in today's tafsir, we shall go to relevant verse number 25 to 27 of Suratul Anbiya. Those are relevant in today's tafsir. Here Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, verse number 25 to 27, Suratul Anbiya. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا مِن قَبْلِكَ مِن رَّسُولٍ إِلَّا نُوحِي إِلَيْهِ أَنَّهُ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا أَنَا فَاعْبُدُونِ وَقَالُوا اتَّخَذَ الرَّحْمَنُ وَلَدًا سُبْحَانَهُ بَلْ عِبَادٌ مُكْرَمُونَ لَا يَسْبِقُونَهُ بِالْقَوْلِ وَهُمْ بِأَمْرِهِ يَعْمَلُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent innumerous prophets and messengers in the world in order to guide the people of the world. And three things were common among all the prophets and messengers. All the prophets and messengers used to teach people regarding Tawheed. What is Tawheed? At-Tawheedu imanun bi ilahi wahid. Each and every prophets and messengers used to ask people of the world towards the oneness of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahu Rabbuna wa Rabbukum. All the prophets and messengers used to say, people of the world, Allah is our creator and Allah is also your creator. That means Allah is the only one creator who has created everything, who does not have any partner, who does not have any wife, who does not have any son, who does not have any daughter, who does not have any associate, who does not have any wife. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free from the fault of having any partner. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free from the fault of having son. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free from the fault of having daughter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free from the fault of having wife. All the prophets and messengers used to invite people of the world towards the Tawheed. Then all the prophets and messengers used to say regarding Risala. They said, I am the prophet or messenger. I am the prophet or messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And thirdly, all the prophets and messengers invite people of the world that about the day of judgment, about the life of hereafter. All the prophets and messengers used to teach people that your life in this world is for a limited period. And after expiry, this tenure of your life, after expiry of your life in the world, you must meet death. And after death, you will meet Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you will have to give accounts of your all the activities you have done in this world. That means all the prophets and messengers invite people regarding Akhirat, the day of, the life of hereafter. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in verse number 25, Suratul Anbiya, that earlier I have sent all the prophets and messengers and I ordered all the prophets and messengers to preach Tawheed, to preach oneness of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And everyone used to ask people, La ilaha illa ana. There is no God except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is no God, there is no creator but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And since He is the only one creator, you worship for Him. And in the next verse number 26, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that the non-believers, وَقَالُوا اتَّخَذُوا الرَّحْمَنُ وَلَدًا سُبْحَانَهُ. The non-believers considers sons and daughters, son for Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taken son. Nauzubillahi min zalik. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said that I am free from that fault of having son. Subhanahu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pure from the fault of having son. And some non-believers used to say that the angels, the malaika, malakun means one angel and malaika means angels. The non-believers used to say that the angels are the daughter of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nauzubillahi min zalik. Here Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has replied their utterances that you are considering the angels as my daughter. No. Bal ibadum mukramun. They are not my daughter. They are my creation and nothing else. Being a Muslim, we must have belief that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created so many creations. Innumerous creations have been created by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Innumerous creatures have been created by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And among all the creatures, the malaika, the angels are one of them and nothing else. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has praised them. Bal ibadum mukramun. They are the honored creatures of mine. La yasbiqunahu bil qawli wa hum bi amrihi ya'malun. They do not advance in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they do not say anything coming forward. They only used to follow the orders of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So being a Muslim, we must believe that the angels are nothing but a creature of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created innumerous, countless creatures, and among his countless creatures, human being is a creature. The four-footed animals are creatures. The animals, there are many kinds of animals, they are the creatures. And there are so many creation in the river, in the sea, in the deep river. There are so many creatures in the sky. And among those creatures, the angels are one of the creatures and nothing else. Being a Muslim, we must keep that belief. So, in verse number 41 to 43, Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has pointed finger on the eyes of the non-believers, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has invited them towards the Tawheed, towards the oneness of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because worshipping the idols and images, worshipping anything other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is nothing but they are being misguided. And this misguide is taking them towards the hell day by day. So in verse number 41 to 43, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given an excellent example for the people of the world. And by giving this example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has invited them towards the Tawheed, towards the oneness of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this was some relevant other verses from the Holy Qur'an, relevant in today's tafsir. Now inshallah, we shall go to some relevant hadiths. And during the discussion, I have already mentioned several hadiths. Now I shall mention rest of the hadiths in today's tafsir. An Jabir ibn Abdullah radhiyallahu anhu qala Sami'tu Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam yaqul Man laqiya Allah la yashriku bihi shay'an dakhala al-jannah wa man laqiyahu yushruk bihi dakhala an-nar. Rawahu Muslim. Hadith, the utterances of our beloved Prophet. This hadith is very clear. This hadith has been narrated. Dishan, etu phone to dhore bolo, pore abu phone dibo. This hadith has been narrated by Jabir ibn Abdullah radhiyallahu anhu. He said that I have heard our beloved Prophet saying that whoever will die without associating partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will enter in the Jannah. And whoever will die by associating partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will enter in the heaven, in the hell, Jahannam. That means this hadith is very clear. If we want to enter in the heaven, in the life of hereafter, we shall have to keep belief on Tawheed. If we die having belief on Tawheed, we shall be able to enter in the Jannah, in the heaven, in the life of hereafter. But if we die by associating partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we shall be thrown in the hell. Rawahu Muslim. An Umar radhiyallahu anhu قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يا ابن الخطاب اذهب فنادي في الناس أنه لا يدخل الجنة إلا المؤمنون رواه مسلم. Umar radhiyallahu anhu has narrated this hadith. He said, our beloved Prophet has said, O Ibnul Khattab, go and inform the people that only the believers on Tawheed will enter in the Jannah, will enter in the heaven. That means if we want to enter in the heaven, in the life of hereafter, we must keep belief on oneness of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rawahu Muslim. An Anas radhiyallahu anhu an Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam qala yukhraju minan nari man qala la ilaha illallah wa fi qalbihi waznu sha'iratin min iman. Rawahu al-Bukhari. This hadith has been narrated by Anas radhiyallahu anhu. He said, if a Muslim dies and after death, if his misdeeds are more than his good deeds, he will be thrown in the hell. But one day he will be brought out from the hell because he had belief on Tawheed. That means if a person have belief on Tawheed and if he is thrown in the hell, but in course of time, one day he will be brought out from the hell because of Iman, because of having belief on Tawheed. Rawahul Bukhari. Next hadith in today's tafsir is very much clear that a non-Muslim, a non-believer of Islam will never be able to enter in the heaven. If he does a lot of good things, in spite of doing a lot of good things, he will not be able to enter in the heaven. Why? Because he does not have faith on oneness of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This hadith is very clear about that fact. And Aisha radhiyallahu anha qalat, qultu ya Rasulullah, Ibn Jud'an kana fil jahiliyati yasirlu rahimi wa yatimul miskin, fahal zalika nafi'uhu? Qal la yanfa'uhu. Rawahu Muslim. Our mother Ummul Mu'minin, our mother Aisha radhiyallahu anha has narrated this hadith. He said that I asked our beloved Prophet that Ibn Judan, who died during the age of darkness, but during the age of darkness means he dies without having belief on Tawheed. But Ibn Judan, although he died during the age of darkness, but he had two good virtues. He used to keep good relations with his relatives and he used to feed the poor people, the needy people. Whether these two virtues, two good virtues, will make him any benefit for him? Our beloved Prophet said, no. Since he dies during the age of darkness, these two good things will not make any benefit for him. Rawahu Muslim. So, in order to become success in the life of hereafter, in the life of akhirah, in the life of hereafter, if we want to become success in the life of hereafter, we have to keep belief on Tawheed, oneness of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Without having belief on oneness of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we cannot be able to enter in the Jannah. If we do so many good things, that good things will not come to us for any help. So this was tafsir on verse number 41 to 43 of Suratul Ankabut. So inshallah, now we shall pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and before making prayer to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, let us recite Durud Sharif. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم آمين. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. اللهم اغفر لحينا وميتنا وشاهدنا وغائبنا وصغيرنا وكبيرنا وذكرنا وأنثانا. اللهم من أحييته منا فأحيه على الإسلام ومن توفيته منا فتوفه على الإيمان. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. رب ارحمهما كما ربياني صغيرا. رب هب لي من الصالحين. رب زدني علما. أستغفر الله. اللهم إني أسألك الهدى والتقى والعفاف والغنى. Wallah, some of your servants have been gathered in this Tafsirul Quran Mahfil, and we have discussed from your Holy Quran and Sahih Hadith. We have made many mistakes. Please forgive our all mistakes and accept this Tafsirul Quran Mahfil. Please forgive our all sins. Please accept our all prayers which are in our heart. Please forgive our parents, fathers, mothers, grandfathers, grandmothers, father-in-law, mother-in-law, all our relatives who died. Forgive all of them and decide Jannatul Firdaus for them. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.